and welcome back to Mexico News Network's Daily Report. We are broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. Remember that you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for more news, of course, and you can log on to our website, www.mexiconewsnetwork.com. Now let's continue with information. The south of Mexico is full of fantastic stories, legends, and myths, which help shed light on the way the ancient Maya worldview.
The south of Mexico is full of fantastic stories, legends, and myths, which help shed light on the ancient Maya worldview. If you ever find yourself in the jungles of southern Mexico, you may happen upon a tree with poisonous sap, Metopium toxiferum, and its benevolent counterpart, Bursera cimaruba. These two fascinating species are often found practically next to each other. But there is a legend to be told here, so join us to find out how these two plants acquired their names, Chechen and Chaca. Once upon a time, there were two brothers, Kinich and Tisik, both the bravest of warriors, equal in strength, but very different in their hearts. Kinich was a kind soul, beloved by all the people of the village. Tisik, on the other hand, had a cold and angry soul. Some even would say he was fury personified. As it so happens, both brothers fell in love with the same girl. A beautiful woman with dark eyes, a sweet smile, and warm heart, called Nictea. It was her kindness that made Tisik's cold heart melt. He decided to challenge his brother Kinich for the love of Nictea. The duel was intense, a battle for love and passion, which sadly led to tragedy, as both brothers died in combat. In the underworld, Tisik and Kinich realized they would never again have the love of Nictea. So they begged the gods for a chance to see the lovely maiden one last time. Granting both boys their wishes, the gods turned Tisik into a Chechen tree, with his dark soul turned into the black poison sap, which to this date burns the skin of anyone who touches it. Kinich, on the other hand, was reborn as a Chaca tree, the sap of which heals the hurt and pain caused by his brother. According to the legend, it is because of this that a Chechen tree will almost always be found growing close to a Chaca tree. Sadly, Nictea also came to an unfortunate end after hearing of the death of both brothers. As she passed away, she turned into a beautiful white flower that blossoms and grows by the sparkling waters of the Maya territory.
Almost 2,000 years ago, one of the most advanced civilizations of the human history disappeared without a reason. Now, researchers believe that the underwater lagoon of Blue Hole in Belize can tell us the story behind of this ancient mystery.
Almost 2,000 years ago, one of the most advanced civilizations of mankind disappeared without a reason. Now, researchers believe that the underwater lagoon of Blue Hole in Belize can tell us the story behind this ancient mystery. So many theories have emerged along the years, but the truth is getting closer and turning clearer. A study led by Rice University specialists has shown that a sudden climate change may have been the suspect responsible for this massive disappearance. The answer might be in the sand. Air earth scientist Andre Druxler explained that during rainy season, rivers and streams overflow and a thin layer of sediment sets over the lagoon. Over time, these settle in the bottom of the lagoon, piling on top of each other year after year. Using this sediment as a time machine, researchers can observe the climate changes for thousands of years, confirming that the Maya civilization went through a severe reduction of rainfall, which was the responsible act of God for 2 long periods of drought and famine. The theory of the climate change isn't new, but it's the most solid until now. Research into the blue hole will continue, and maybe soon we could have an official explanation to the disappearance of this ancient civilization.
On our ongoing and guiding journey across Mexico, we have spoken about history and culture, archaeology, gastronomy, and much more. We have taken you to discover Mexico through words encountering with wildlife, flora and fauna, beach destinations, and colonial places hidden within the corners of such impressive country. Mexico is vast, charming, and colorful, and we have left behind a great part of it, myths and legends.
Mexico is filled with enchanting and mysterious stories. Every region of the nation tells the greatest legends of all times, and the Yucatan Peninsula is no exception. So listen closely as I tell you a couple of anecdotes. First off, Aluxes. Legend tells that the Yucatan Peninsula is filled with these whimsical and rather mischievous characters. Aluxes are small creatures made from clay, and they are the official guardians of the entire Yucatan territory. These playful individuals are somewhat similar to leprechauns in size, and are more than happy and willing to serve and protect their masters and their lands. However, one must be careful. If you're a drifter and a stranger to the land, Aluxes will trick you and literally scare you away. Aluxes are very loyal. People say that their life mission is looking after the lands of Yucatan, especially cenotes and archaeological sites. For instance, Uxmal. And let me tell you, it has its own story and background. Ages ago, the land of Uxmal was under the ruling of a dwarf, a small and green creature that managed to defeat the former king's reign, which was a terrible one for that matter. After a series of challenges, impossible tasks imposed by the king, our whimsical dwarf overcame every obstacle, therefore turning into the official ruler of Uxmal. So, the next time you visit the Yucatan Peninsula, remember and make sure to bring special offerings to these mystical beings.
The ancient Maya culture is a distinctive of Mexico, a legacy that has amazed the world, filled with fascinating legends, and today we will talk about the legend of El Mayab.
The ancient Maya culture is a distinctive of Mexico, a legacy that has amazed the world, intrigued with mystery and filled with fascinating legends. And this is how we begin the legend of El Mayab. Hundreds of years ago, Itzamna, a Maya deity, decided to create a beautiful land called Mayab. It was the land of the chosen, a paradise given to the Maya people to settle and create one of the greatest civilizations of history. A beautiful land with several natural regions, from deep jungles to astounding mountains, with rivers flowing and the Caribbean Sea embracing the area. The perfect setting for the Maya civilization. The Mayab region extends across a 400,000 square meter surface, which was divided in 3 zones, which today are Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, El Salvador, and Mexico. specifically the states of Tabasco, Chiapas, Campeche, Yucatan, and Quintana Roo. Hundreds of years later, the great ancient Maya civilization is still admired by many as their advances in art, architecture, astronomy, writing, music, mathematics, and medicine have strongly influenced today's modern society.
Well, this was all for today. Thanks for watching us broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Carisma. My name is Sofia Rattinger, and do not forget to follow us through our social networks and log on to www.mexiconewsnetwork.com for more relevant information about Mexico and the world. We'll see you the next time.